Hey everybody, it's your girl V the Notary. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Hope you guys are enjoying this weather. Hope it's not raining where you guys are at, because where I live, it has been raining like every day. Today is kind of nice. So, I do plan on getting out a little bit shortly. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's super, super important for my notaries, loan signing agents, real estate agents. Let's talk about safety for notaries and real estate agents. So, if you are here, more than likely you're a real estate agent or you are a mobile notary, meaning you are in situations where sorry, you guys, where you're selling homes, meeting clients. You're going to do showings, open houses. You are going into someone's most comfortable places, which are their homes. Sometimes they're places of work. You're meeting people that are usually strangers. And so there is always a level of safety that comes with that you have to keep in mind, and things that you have to think about. Anytime you're going into someone's home, you are at a disadvantage. And, obviously we are hoping that people have morals and values and are not out to hurt you. But the reality of it is that there are certain situations where people are up to no good. We have seen, and again, this video is not to scare you guys, but we have to talk about the real so that you guys are armed with information. And so you can hopefully take this information and make the proper decisions. It's better to be proactive than reactive. It's better to be on offense than defense, right? Especially with your safety and in situations where one bad mistake can cost your life, injury, etc., right? And we've all heard about the stories where you have the real estate agents, men and women, who go to show a home and end up being killed, hurt, stabbed, all of those things. So we definitely want to take all of the proper precautions that we can, within reason, to make sure you keep yourself safe. Okay, so what does all of that mean? That means that, unfortunately, you don't know people. You don't know what their intentions are. You are going to provide a service. You're going to do a job, but and again, you're hoping to, everything goes smoothly, and it usually does. I will say that I've never had a situation where anyone has hurt me or that I have felt unsafe. I have had a couple of situations where I was uncomfortable, like maybe two, when I was showing a home, and not the person made me uncomfortable, but the area was a little sketchy. And then I think I told you guys about a situation where like one of the clients was hitting on me, but I didn't necessarily feel like, my life was in danger. You know what I mean? But you don't want to have to deal with any type of assault. You know what I mean? So, I think my suggestion to all of you guys is, number one, learn the laws in the state that you live in on the types of, I guess for lack of a better word, weapons, but the types of self-defense apparatuses or self-defense items that you can have. For instance, there's certain states where like tasers are illegal. There's certain states where you can carry them. There's certain states where pepper spray is legal. There's certain states where you can't. So I would suggest that, number one, you learn the laws of the state that you live in, because you definitely don't want to be carrying something and you don't have any business carrying it, right? For me, I always have pepper spray on me. And I also am licensed to carry as far as a firearm. I'm licensed to carry a firearm, but again, particularly where I live, there are still rules around that. Like you can't have a firearm around, schools, and there's certain businesses where you can't carry the firearm. So you want to make sure that you know the laws and things like that. And in certain instances, like if I'm, showing a home, sometimes you can get permission for the owner to, if you can bring the firearm, or if you're doing an open house, I always give permission in those instances to have your firearm with me. I always try to do what I need to do within reason, because at the end of the day, we all want to make sure that we get home to our families, to our children, and that we keep ourselves safe. But this is a real issue, and this is something that's really, really important that we have to think about, you guys. I'm always, I'm a little paranoid in general, so I'm always trying to think of situations of, like, if I'm in this particular situation, how am I going to handle this? Like when I go in restaurants, I'm like, where are the exits? I need to know where they're at. I always think about stuff like that. So I'm always like, okay, God forbid the worst case scenario happens, because it happens. What am I going to do to make sure that I'm able to protect myself? And the goal is not to hurt anyone else. I just want to, quickly remove myself from the situation. And in the event that I cannot do that I can take care of myself. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, I look at statistics, and it's crazy. I feel very blessed, and hopefully you've never encountered a situation where your safety was at risk. But you guys, those statistics, things happen more than we see. Like there's quite a few instances where, like, there's crimes with notaries and things like that. So in addition, and a lot with real estate agents, it really, really is. I don't think we hear about it enough unless you're actually going to look for the information. So my suggestion to you, again, number one, learn the laws and the regulations for the state that you live in. If you live in Kentucky, can I carry a firearm with me? Do I have to be licensed? What training do I have to have? And if so, where can I actually carry the firearm? Can I have, a little blade, or can I have, you're not going to take no bat into somebody's house, but I'm just saying, learn the laws and the regulations in the state that you're at. Number two, if it's specifically for real estate agents, and this applies to notaries too, but if you go to a home, whether you're a seller's agent, buyer's agent, or whatever, you're doing open house inspection, if you are uncomfortable, well, hopefully by the time you get to the inspection, you've already been to the home and everything. But if you're in a situation where you are uncomfortable, it is okay to bring someone with you. It's okay to tell the client, well, like, can we meet somewhere else? It's okay, to say, well, I feel a little bit uncomfortable about showing in this particular area. We don't want people to start, we don't want you to be in a situation where you're typecasting a type of person or a race or anything. We don't want to get into that. But if it is a specific home in an area where it's at night, it's not well lit, that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. It's okay to say no, or it's okay to, talk to your client and say, or maybe recommend other homes and things like that. It's okay if you have a notary assignment or a loan signing and you just are really uncomfortable, to tell the client, can we meet at a cafe? Can we meet at Starbucks? I do that. Sometimes I meet at Starbucks, depending on the situation. It's okay to do that. You have to take care of yourself, okay? And then it's also okay if you get into a situation and you are uncomfortable in the middle of the situation to quickly remove yourself. You can always do it respectfully, but at the end of the day, you have to keep yourself safe. And we have to keep this in mind, because we're doing so many assignments and so much work with clients that we don't know. We don't know their background, just because they need a document notarized, or they're buying a house and you're doing the closing, that doesn't mean they're a good person. So you have to always take precautions, and specifically for women, men as well. I don't want to make this a battle of the sexes thing, but for women, we have to really be particularly safe. And also, try to make it a habit of letting people know where you're going if you can, especially like if you're doing an open house and you'll be there all day, maybe 4 to 6 hours or whatever. Let someone know where you're at, so that if something does happen to pop off, people are aware and they have a starting point to go to. So I really just this has actually been on my heart for a little while, and I wanted to talk to you guys about safety precautions as notaries. And you know, the great thing about this career is at the end of the day, most people are amazing. Again, you know, I haven't had, I mean, I can count on 3 fingers how many, you know, a little situations that I've had, but there have been none where I have felt like I was in danger. But you know, I've been blessed, and as I'm staying in this career, I'm taking even more precautions. And I'm like, okay, well, you kind of learn from each situation, and if you're in an awkward situation, you're like, okay, well, next time I'll handle that differently. So I just wanted to bring you guys something to think about, so that you guys moving forward can make sure that you do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. So hopefully this video has been helpful, you guys, and gives you some things to think about. As always, please share this video with not even just notaries, anybody who's, you know, whether you're going in people's house to do their hair, their nails, you know, whatever service you're providing. You could be a mechanic. You know, share this video with someone who's providing services to people who are strangers, and they'll be out of their comfort zone, so that they can think about what they need to possibly do to keep themselves safe. Okay? So again, like, subscribe, and share, you guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.